Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Gettysburg Legends of the 1300s. Today we are on the wheat field side of the battlefield, and we are going to talk about this monument behind me and the legend of the 5th New Hampshire Volunteers, and in particular of their commander, Colonel Cross. Now, Colonel Cross has famously wore a red bandana into battle, and for whatever reason today, we can make our own conclusions. Colonel Cross wore a black bandana. 5th New Hampshire were put into this battle because of famously General Sickles had moved his men out too far to the Emmitsburg Road, causing a huge gap in the line. Units were just rushed into service and thrown into this battle to stop the Confederate advance, to buy time for the Union Army to fill that gap and extend our line down Cemetery Ridge. They were essentially trading bodies for time and units for time. Somewhere back around where the Pennsylvania Monument is today, that we know today, Colonel Cross was met by General Winfield Scott Hancock, who gave him his orders. They obviously both grasped the situation and what it meant to rush his unit into battle. And General Hancock famously said to Colonel Cross that, "Colonel, today may be the day you earn your stars," meaning that he would be promoted to general. Colonel Cross replied to General Hancock, "No, sir, I'm afraid today will be my last battle." General Hancock obviously said, "I hope that isn't so, Colonel, but you have your orders." And Colonel Cross led his men into battle here at the wheat field. While in battle, Colonel Cross was on these very rocks, the ones holding up the monument, when he was shot and killed by a Confederate sniper. That's going to be hard to see, but right over here where the sun is poking through, there's a giant rock. His men, in all the chaos, were obviously stunned, and they stopped for a moment and waited for that Confederate sniper to reload and poke his head out back around that rock. And when he did, they returned the favor. Of the 182 men of the 5th New Hampshire Volunteers who went into battle that day, 81 of them were wounded or killed in battle, including Colonel Cross right here on these stones. These monuments are legends. As our name says, they are much more than just stone and rocks and tablets. They tell a story, and they tell a story of the men who were here, their bravery and their gallantry, and for their sacrifice that they had for our country. If you have a chance, please come to Gettysburg, enjoy them, take in these stories for yourself and learn more. And if you're on it, you'll make it, take in more of the legends of the 1300. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time, this was another Legend of 1300. Bye.